Welcome to another weekly market report with Kristen Mason Coreas, owner of the Homestead Mason team. Today I have the data for the DC metro area, the wider DC metro area, as of this past Sunday, March 16th. What we are seeing in this data is seasonally what we would normally expect when you go down the week over week column. Showings are up by 7.6%, purchase contracts are up by 8%. Median time to contract is basically flat. By one day, we might see that get shorter normally this time of year. New listings are up by 6%. That's actually maybe a little bit smaller than I would expect it to be. And median list price is basically flat. That number would normally be going up. So generally what we'd expect, but maybe a little bit smaller increases than we might normally expect. Active listings up by 5.7% week over week. Compared to a year ago, we can see that there's 10% less showings. So that is one of the signs that perhaps our market might be shifting. So seasonally, we are generally doing what we would normally do, but with less buyer activity year over year, that is a surprise because normally we'd have year over year more buyer activity, and this time of year, more buyer activity increasing week over week. So purchase contracts are up, even though showings were down. So up by 3% year over year. That's not a ton, but a touch. Time to contract longer by 4 days. New listings up 30%. That's relatively significant. Also active listings up by 34%, a relatively significant number. Price is still up 2.4% year over year. So we're not seeing a drastic change in the market in these numbers. However, perhaps we are seeing some hints that things might be changing. What happens if inventories continues to increase as it has been, and if buyer activity, continues to decrease as we see here, then we'll end up with more inventory. And if we have more inventory than demand, then that would be a shift into a buyer's market, and that would also perhaps impact price, which would flatten or even go down. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say rather than going down, and first and foremost, we would see it flatten. We do still have overall a really strong housing market here. We generally do still have really strong demand for housing. So I don't anticipate a huge crash, but we may feel things a little bit differently here in the DC metro area in our market. Sorry for the in and out, but thanks for watching. And next week, I may or may not be able to do a weekly market report because I am traveling for spring break with my family. We get back late Thursday night and I need to have this done by Thursday night in order to have it in your email by Friday at noon. So I may or may not be here. If I'm not here and you want a market update, check me out on Monday. I will be able to do my Monday market update. I do that live on Facebook and YouTube at the Homestead Mason channel around 1 o'clock. So by 2 o'clock, you'd see that Monday market update if you want one. And I'm not able to get this in here next week. So, and if you ever want to talk about what's happening in your world and how that relates to what's happening in the real estate world, reach out to me anytime. You can call me or text me at 571-210-1866. You can email me at kristen@homesbymason.com, or down at the bottom of the email, you can click a link to get on my calendar. That's it for today. Thanks for watching and have a great weekend.